Sutra. Before the last Buddha left the home life, he had 8 royal sons. The first was named Intention, the second Good Intention, the third Limitless Intention, the fourth Jeweled Intention, the fifth Increasing Intention, the sixth Intention Rid of Doubt, the seventh Residing Intention, and the eighth Dharma Intention. The 8 princes were of awesome virtue and self-mastery, and each ruled over 4 continents. When the princes heard that their father had left the home life and attained Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi, they all renounced their royal positions and left home as well. They brought forth the resolve for the great vehicle and constantly cultivated Brahman conduct. All became Dharma masters, having already, in the presence of 10 million Buddhas, planted the roots of goodness. Commentary. Before the last Buddha left the home life, before the last of the 20,000 Buddhas had left the home life, he had 8 royal sons. Shakyamuni Buddha had 1 son, Rahula. The last of this series of Buddha's brightness of sun moon lamp had 8 sons, and each had his own name. The first was named Intention. He had a great heart for the way, and he had brought forth the intention, the thought of one with the heart of the great vehicle. The second, Good Intention, he had no bad intentions. He had well brought forth the body heart, well brought forth the great heart for the way, and so he was called Good Intention. The third, Limitless Intention, he had brought forth an unlimited great body heart for the way. This was his intention. The fourth jeweled intention, his most cherished, most treasured intention, was to seek for Buddhahood. The fifth increasing intention, what intention was increased? The intention to bring forth the body heart. The sixth intention, rid of doubt. In cultivation, only fear that you will have doubts. If you have doubts, you may take the wrong path. So it is said, the cultivator's heart must be free of doubts. Once doubt arises, it is easy to go wrong. When doubting thoughts begin to pluck you, in your confusion you may lose the right road and enter a dangerous path. The seventh residing intention, his cultivation of the great vehicle Dharma, was like an echo in a mountain valley. When you bring forth the body heart, the way heart, it was like an echo. You bring forth the heart, and the Buddha knows, the eighth Dharma intention. The 8 princes were of awesome virtue of self-mastery. Each of them was very solemn, dignified, and accomplished in virtuous conduct, and each ruled over 4 continents. The term 4 continents refers to a system of 1 sun, 1 moon, and 1 Mount Sumeru, and 1 set of 4 continents. When the princes heard that their father had left the home life, when they heard that their father had already left home and become a monk, and on top of that had become a Buddha, and attained Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi, he had mastered equal and proper enlightenment. All 8 of them all renounced their royal positions. They didn't become emperors. They gave up their beautiful consorts and concubines. They didn't want them. They gave up their kingdoms, cities, wives, and children. They renounced their kingdoms, gave away their cities, gave away their wives and children, and left home as well. They followed the luster of the brightness of sun moon lamp Buddhas and left home. They brought forth the resolve for the great vehicle and constantly cultivated Brahman conduct. They always cultivated pure conduct and did so without resting. They were always vigorous. All became Dharma masters and went about everywhere explaining the Sutras and teaching the Dharma. Having already, in the presence of 10 million Buddhas, planted the roots of goodness, doing all kinds of good deeds, making offerings to the triple jewel, paying reverence to the triple jewel. The 8 royal sons cultivated the giving of offerings and practiced the Bodhisattva conduct. Cultivating the Buddha way, they brought forth great Bodhi hearts. Sutra. At that time, the Buddha's sun moon lamp brightness spoke a great vehicle sutra named the Limitless Principles, a dharma for instructing bodhisattvas of which the Buddhas are protective and mindful. When he had finished speaking that sutra, he then, in the midst of the assembly, sat in full lotus and entered the samadhi of the station of limitless principles. His body and mind were unmoving. Then, from the heavens there fell a rain of Mandarava flowers, Mahamandarava flowers, Manjushaka flowers, and Mahamanjushaka flowers, which were scattered upon the Buddha and the entire great assembly. All the Buddha universes quaked in 6 ways. At that time, the entire great assembly of bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, gods, dragons, yakshas, gandharvas, asuras, garudas, kinnaras, mahoragas, beings human and non-human, as well as the minor kings and the wheel-turning sage kings and so forth, all attained what they had never had before. They rejoiced, enjoyed their palms, and with one heart gazed upon the Buddha. Then the third common emitted from between his brows a white hair mark light which illumined 18,000 Buddha wands to the east, omitting none of them. At that time, right then, when the 8 princes left home, the last of the Buddhas, named Sun Moon Lamp Brightness, spoke a great vehicle sutra named the Limitless Principles. This sutra is a Dharma door for instructing all the bodhisattvas of which the Buddhas are protective and mindful. All the Buddhas are protective and mindful of this sutra. When he had finished speaking the sutra, he then, in the midst of the assembly, he was right in the assembly of bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, bodhisattvas, and arhats, sat in full lotus, drew up his legs into the full lotus position, and entered the samadhi, the concentration of the station of limitless principles. His body and mind were unmoving. This passage has already been explained in detail, and we can merely read through it here without discussing it further. When the Buddha entered the samadhi of the station of limitless principles, his body did not move and his mind did not move. His unmoving state of body and mind is an indication that he had attained concentration. Then, from the heavens there fell a rain. It looked like rain, but it wasn't water. What was it? It was a rain of Mandarava flowers, little white flowers. Mahamandarava flowers, big white flowers. The white flowers, large and small, fell together in profusion, filling the air with a delectable fragrance. The ground was completely carpeted with flowers. It also rained Manjushaka flowers, small red flowers, and Mahamanjushaka flowers, big red flowers. These 4 kinds of flowers represent the 4 sets of positions, the 10 dwellings, the 10 practices, the 10 dedications, and the 10 grounds, which were scattered upon the Buddha and the entire great assembly of Dharma. All the Buddha universes, as many great cosms as grains of sand in the Ganges, quaked in 6 ways. I'm not going to test you now, so you don't have to pick at your own notes. At that time, the entire great assembly of bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, the fourfold assembly of disciples, gods, dragons, yakshas, that is ghosts, Gandharvas, the music spirits in the court of the Jet Emperor, Asuras, those who are ugly and without wine, Garudas are the great golden winged birds, Kinnaras are also music spirits in the court of the Jet Emperor. Mahoragas are big snakes, beings human and non-human, as well as the minor kings, kings of small countries, and the wheels-turning sage kings, and so forth. There are a lot more than the above-mentioned names, but not all of them have been listed separately. Everyone present attained what they have never had before. They had never seen or heard anything like it before. They saw that they had never seen and heard what they had never heard. Now, seeing and hearing, they rejoiced and enjoyed their palms. Seeing the Buddha sun moon lamp brightness display such spiritual penetrations, everyone was happy. They put their palms together and with one heart gazed upon the Buddha. They were single-minded as they looked at the Buddha. Then the first come one, the Buddha's sun moon lamp brightness, also emitted from between his brows a white hair mark light, which illumined 18,000 Buddha wands to the east. From that Buddha wand across Buddha wands, 18,000 in number. The Buddha wands here represent the 18 realms. The 6 quakings mentioned earlier represent the 6 sense organs quaking. The 6 sense organs plus the 6 sense objects plus the 6 consciousnesses make 18 realms. So the Buddha emitted light shining across 18,000 Buddha wands, which represents the 18 realms. Omitting none of them, there was no place in which there was a Buddha where the light did not reach. It reached them all. Sutra, just like all the Buddha lands now seen. Maitreya, it should be known that there were at that time in the assembly 20 million bodhisattvas who took delight in listening to the Dharma. Upon seeing this bright light illumine all the Buddha lands, all the bodhisattvas obtained what they had never had and wished to know the causes and conditions for this light. Commentary. Once again, Manjushri Bodhisattva speaks to Maitreya Bodhisattva, saying, Maitreya, human one, it should be known, you should know that there were at that time in the assembly, in the Dharma Assembly, 20 million bodhisattvas who took delight in listening to the Dharma. They all liked to hear the Buddha speak the Dharma. Upon seeing this bright light emitted by the Buddha, brightness of sun moon lamp illumined all the Buddha lands, all the bodhisattvas gave rise to doubts. They didn't understand. Seeing the Buddha emit the white hair mark light from between his brows, which illumined 18,000 Buddha lands to the east, they also obtained what they had never had. They had never seen anything like it before and wished to know the causes and conditions for this light. The 20 million bodhisattvas also wanted to know the reason for the light. Why did the Buddha emit the light? What was the reason? Sutra. There was at that time a bodhisattva by the name of Wondrous Light who had 800 disciples. The Buddha brightness of sun moon lamp then arose from samadhi, and for the sake of the Bodhisattva Wondrous Light, spoke a great Vajra Sutra called the Wonderful Dharma Lotus Flower, a Dharma for instructing Bodhisattvas of which the Buddha is protective and mindful. Commentary. There was at that time a Bodhisattva in the Dharma Assembly by the name of Wondrous Light who had 800 disciples. The Buddha brightness of sun moon lamp then arose from samadhi. He came out of concentration, the samadhi of the station of limitless principles, and for the sake of the Bodhisattva Wondrous Light, spoke a great Vajra Sutra. It was called the Wonderful Dharma Lotus Flower Sutra. It was a Dharma door for instructing bodhisattvas of which the Buddha is protective and mindful. Sutra. For 60 small ants he did not rise from his seat. Those assembled listening also sat in one place for 60 small ants with bodies and minds unmoving, listening to what the Buddha said as if it were but the space of a meal. At that time in the assembly, there was not a single person who grew weary, either physically or mentally. Commentary. When the Buddha brightness of Sun Moon Lamp spoke the sutra, how long did it take him? 60 small ants. If you're talking about a long time, 60 small ants isn't really too long. If you're talking about a short period of time, it isn't exactly short. One ant is 139,600 years. 1,000 of those ants makes one small ant. So count it up. How long would 60 small ants be? However, one thought is 10,000 years, and 10,000 years is but a single thought. You could also say that one thought is 10,000 ants, and 10,000 ants is but a single thought. In the heaven of the four kings, a single day and night is equivalent to 50 years. Here, in the world of human beings. In the heaven of the 33, a day and night is 100 years among humans. One day and one night seems like a very short space of time to them. When people sit in meditation, if they don't strike up false thinking, they can sit for an entire day and feel as if it were a single second. If you strike up false thinking, it can seem as if a single second lasted, oh, who knows how many years. You sit there and you can't sit still. You want to quit sitting, and so one thought is 10,000 ants. 10,000 ants is but a thought. When the Buddha's Sun Moon Lamp brightness was speaking the Dharma for 60 small ants, he did not rise from his seat. He spoke the Dharma Flower Sutra for 60 small ants. Why did it take so long? It was because everyone had entered the delight in listening samadhi. Although the Buddha spoke the Dharma, he did it from within samadhi and didn't rise for 60 small ants. Those assembled listening also sat in one place for 60 small ants with bodies and minds unmoving. The Dharma Assembly of 20 million bodhisattvas, gods, dragons, ghosts, and spirits, and all the arhats, bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, and so forth and so on, sat there listening to the Dharma for 60 small ants. For example, we are now listening to sutras. If you pay close attention and listen single-mindedly, when the lecture is over, you feel as if a very short time had passed. If you don't pay attention, what is it like? On the other hand, you listen to the sutras. On the other, you strike up false thinking. Oh, it's still not over. How much time have we got left? Take a look, would you? This is like a student who said that when she sat in meditation, she did not meditate but rather waited for the bell so she could get up and be liberated. If you do that, how can you work at your meditation? If you do that, then when you sit, you will feel the time drags on and your legs start to hurt and your back aches. But if you don't pay attention to the time, then there's no leg or back pain. It's no problem. Well, who hurts? Who acts? Just ask and it disappears. They sat for 60 small ants and did not move in body or in mind. Their bodies didn't wiggle around or lean this way and that, and their minds also did not move. Listening to what the Buddha said, they listened to the Buddha's Sun Moon Lamp brightness speak the Dharma as if it were the time it takes to eat a bowl of rice, as if it were but the space of a meal. At that time, in the assembly, there was not a single person who grew weary, either physically or mentally. In the Dharma Assembly, there wasn't a single person who got tired and wanted to rest. To take a nap, nobody wanted to rest or sleep. If you were one who truly listened to sutras, you wouldn't feel that it was tiresome to sit there. You should sit there, and the more you listen, the more delighted you would become. The Dharma is really wonderful, inconceivably wonderful. If you don't truly listen, you sit there and your legs wiggle and your hands jerk around, and even though there's no wind, it looks like you're being blown back and forth, leaning all over the place. Or perhaps you get up and pace the floor, or you just look to the east and look to the west. This is because your heart is not truly in it. You aren't truly listening to the sutras, and you aren't tasting their true flavor. If you taste the true flavor of the sutras, I tell you, there would be nothing so important that it could interfere with your attendance at the lectures. You will certainly come to listen. Every day I miss a lecture, I will not eat, you say. If I miss lectures for 2 days in a row, for 2 days I won't eat. If you pushed yourself like that, you wouldn't dare not to come to listen. Say to yourself, if you don't go listen, you won't get anything to eat. That's wonderful Dharma. Try it out if you dare. So you don't want to listen to sutras? Alright, no food today. If you go hungry for a day, then next week you will think, I'm going to go listen to the sutra lecture. Otherwise, I'll go hungry. Besides, not eating is really just not receiving the food of Dharma. In listening to sutras, one receives the nourishment of Dharma.